On this episode of The Skeptic's Guide to Wellness, I'm traveling to a magical, mystical land where I'll convene with witches and heretics as I learn to cast spells, speak incantations, and seal spirits. What is that doing?
It's a spirit trap. As you breathe out, it becomes a spirit you expel, and then you trap it in the knot.
Okay. That's awesome. Turns out those YouTube trolls were right. Maybe I am a witch. This is The Skeptic's Guide to Wellness. The term witchcraft conjures many images. Cauldrons, brooms, curses, Salem, Harry Potter, it's all over the map. But in the real world, it's all over the map. Those who practice it today are generally referred to as neo-pagans. And under that term are multiple sects with multiple belief structures, all of which have similarities, but none of which share the same exact practices. I need some help wrapping my head around what witches and their magical work can mean for wellness. Luckily, I know just the place. First thing I want is to get on that broom. A lot of this stuff is kind of scary looking. Apparently, I guess this is a horned beast. We've got dream catchers, lots of rocks. I wonder if these are enchanted. Oh my God, is this a penis? This is a penis. And skulls. Hi, I'm guessing you're Griffin.
I am.
I'm Jaclyn.
Pleased to meet you, Jaclyn.
Nice
Welcome.
to meet you.
Welcome to the Green Man.
I don't know what I expected to see whenever I met my first witch, but he was definitely not what I thought. Just this, British dude with white hair, he had gauges in his ears, shorts, and a Hawaiian shirt. Not my idea of a witch. Tell me about this place. I've never been anywhere like this before.
I hope not.
Why not?
Because not only are we a store, but we're actually a community with classes and rituals and all kinds of good stuff.
What does witchcraft mean to you?
Witchcraft basically means that I have a relationship with the spirit of divine and the spirit in life, the spirit of all aspects of life.
All right.
It's that simple, really. Because we are the channels through which change happens, a lot of what we do is about bringing about a shift in the quality of a person through subtle exposure to other spirits and qualities. That's what we practice, and we call it magic.
Is that an offensive term?
Magic? No.
Okay. Witch is okay?
Yeah.
Witchcraft is okay? What about warlock?
Depends who you're talking to.
What about wizard?
Wizard makes me giggle.
Okay.
I mean, if you think you're going to do a spell and things are going to fly around in the air and all that kind of, that's fantasy.
Damn.
That's Hollywood.
That's what I wanted to happen today. Matilda, just stuff flying around.
No, unfortunately not.
Disappointed. Griffin was very charming. He immediately put me at ease. I didn't expect to ever end up in a place like that, but he made me feel comfortable, and he seemed very open and willing to have some pretty interesting conversations. Whoa. What's this?
That's Sheila in the gig, darling.
Okay. Is that the pose that she's always just like...
Oh, definitely. You'd see her, believe it or not, on old churches in Europe. You see the vagina here, you can't miss it. If you turn it sideways and put a tail on it, you've got the fish of Christianity.
So the Jesus fish is essentially a vagina.
Uh-huh.
I think it's perfect for me.
There's a lot of people who are terrified of the all-consuming vagina. And I think that they need to get a full face of it,
All-consuming.
don't you? The all-consuming vagina.
All-consuming vagina.
A lot of people look at it that way, right?
You craft spells?
Oh, yeah.
And make potions?
Yeah, we do that as part of our service. Spellcraft for me is if something has a certain quality of being and you bring another quality of being into collision with it, then it brings about a shift between the two, and that's spellcraft.
Interesting. Okay.
For example, you can go into a room that's a great cocktail party, everyone's enjoying themselves, and you go in a temper tantrum and everyone gets pissed. Suddenly the spirit of the room shifts. That changing of the spirit of the room brings about a change in manifestation, in what's going on in that room.
He tried to say that spells could be basically anything. Like, for example, if you put bright colors in a room and that makes someone feel more cheerful, he's like, well, that's magic. But no, it's science. Do people come in for ailments that they might have?
That's a really tricky area for us because the law in California says that that's okay for them to work magic in the church, but when we do it, we have to have a sign up saying for entertainment purposes only. What we can do is we can help a person change the circumstances of their life so their overall well-being will shift. And that I actually agree with.
Okay.
Because I think if you're sick, you need to go see a doctor.
At no point did they ever claim that what they do there could ever be or should ever be used as a substitute for, Western medicine. And I think there is some good in that. Can you help me make a spell or put a spell on me?
Sure, absolutely.
All right. I wasn't really sold on the magic aspect of things, so Griffin wanted to introduce me to an herbalist who came at things from a more scientific direction. So if you do not believe that you're a witch, what are you doing in this place?
I love plants. I work with not only plants, but I work with plant medicines.
How do you jump from that type of an understanding of the world into a more magical realm?
I don't. I am not a witch.
Okay, so what is your involvement with this environment?
My space here is sort of giving that other way of looking at the plants. Quite often we see that the chemistry of the plant supports the magical use.
Do you think that that might be because people have seen the chemical outcome and then built their perceptions around that?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so that it's not necessarily magic, it's just an observation.
Well, but what does magic mean? Magic is something we don't understand yet.
Plants and herbs do have medicinal properties, and she was trying to explain to me that these properties can be seen as magic. But no, it's science. Do you think there is legitimacy to things outside of science?
I don't get to choose the validity of other people's spiritual path. That effect on the endocrine system of the body, if that's what they believe,
It's a placebo.
It's not a placebo. There's a physiological response.
But placebos elicit physiological responses.
Uh-huh.
So it's kind of like a placebo.
Yep. There's not much difference between the nurse in the hospital telling them you're going to get better, or the witch in the craft store making a talisman saying this talisman is going to make you better.
Let's see if I can't be healed of some of my anxiety then.
What kind of anxiety are we talking about?
Just life in general.
You could put together a mojo bag, so she's got a touch bag.
Something you can carry with you when you're really stressed out.
With a mojo bag?
Yeah.
Okay.
Calm and grounded sounds like what we're going for.
Yeah, that sounds perfect.
If it affects change on you through the combination of whatever qualities that we can bring together, then that's magic. The art of change is maybe another way of putting the word magic, the art of change. Just thought of that, actually. It just popped out of my mouth.
That's good. Write that down.
And write that one down.
So, the way I do this, I'm going to put pinches of things in there. How do you feel about lavender?
I'm neutral.
You're neutral.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. If you don't hate it, it's good. Chamomile, a classic, calming herb.
And smells so good.
St. John's wort, lovely herb to work with. Vervaine's one of my favorites. I love vervain. Passion flower, also very calming. So then I'm going to go ahead and put them all in there together, just like a little recipe, right?
They pulled out a bunch of different herbs from behind the counter that I needed to put in my mojo bag. Throw in some magic too, that's fine.
While I'm waking them up, I'm going to talk to them a little bit. I want them to pull together and do one singular task for you. So
Can I say something?
Yes, absolutely.
Hello, in there. I would like for you to wake up, please.
That's awesome. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell them, awaken, pull together as one. They're awake now. They've got their task ahead of them.
Is there any kind of chanting we should do?
Do you want to do that part?
Sure.
Do you want to do the chanting?
Were you patting it, like burping
Yeah.
it like a baby?
Banish stress, banish strife, all that's good, come to life. Banish stress, banish strife, all that's good, come to life.
Is it
Banish
ghost?
stress, banish strife, all that's good, come to life.
There we go. Third time's the charm.
The charm.
Okay. That felt pretty weird, but I did it.
And then, because we're witches, even the knots are important.
Okay.
We're going to do 9 knots.
9.
With each knot, you're going to hold it like this and breathe through it and snap it shut as you breathe through it.
What is that doing?
It's a spirit trap. As you breathe out, it becomes a spirit you expel, and then you trap it in the knot.
Okay.
You
Did it. Very good, Alan.
Thank you. I had a good feeling about coming here.
It's nice to meet you too. Good luck.
Thank you very much. I'm a witch.
Wait.
Yeah, I'm a witch. I'm a witch. I had a really good time today, even though there were some things I couldn't kind of hold back the giggles on. Most of it was pretty informational. These people aren't devil worshippers. They're not scary. They're not mean. They don't wish harm upon anyone. I'm not walking out of here believing in magic. I'm walking out of here with a greater understanding of people that do believe in magic, though. They don't want to put negativity out into the world, and however you view that, that's good. They want to be good people, and they want good for others, which I think is commendable. It's been a couple of weeks since I visited with the witches, and all in all, it was a really cool experience. They cleared up so many misconceptions about witches and witchcraft. This is my mojo bag, and it is a reminder of, you know, staying happy, staying calm, and maybe I'll use it if I'm feeling anxious one day. I don't think any of these objects have actual magical properties, but I am going to put them around my apartment, so I'll see them every day. I'll look at the candle and remember to improve my communication. I'll see the mojo bag and remember that I need to take a deep breath and relax. When I look at a lot of these things, I think of good intentions, maybe it's the placebo effect, and they might look at the very same thing and call it magic, and that's okay.
Do you think Smurfs are real? What about like leprechauns? What about vampires?
I've met a few of those.
You've met some vampires.
Oh, yeah. Psychic vampires, people that feed off your energy.
Psychic.
Don't you ever get together with people and you come away feeling so absolutely exhausted by just dealing with them?
Yeah.
Psychic vampire.